Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. We have a lot to discuss on today's show. I see Chad Jones in the chat. I see John Ruiz in the chat. Fear the Kilt. It's good to see you guys. Got a lot to discuss. We're talking about Poyer to Miami. We're talking about some NFL draft / combine news. But I want to know, where are you watching today's show from? Speaking of the combine, you want to put the combine on? TV chunks. We have the remote. Keep you guys in the loop with what's going on over there at the combine. Chad Jones saying, "Hey, John Ruiz." John Ruiz, always counting him to be in the chat. Andrew Cordero, Sports Fan 112. Ben, Fear the Kilt, Shiesty Miami 305. Vince Menendez, Skitmaster. He's in New Jersey. Luis watching from Brazil. Chuck watching from West Palm Beach. David Breakout is back. He's in Fort Madison, Iowa. It's good to see David. David Breakout. Ba ba ba. Bruno is in Miami. Fear the Kilt saying Pawleys Island, South Carolina loves Willy Fins. I love Pawleys Island, man. Number one Dude Perfect fan is in Nebraska. John Young watching over there in the UK. Sherry May watching from Florida's Space Coast. We got Keanu Brenton running some drills right now, going around some obstacles. Chugs, you know we should add this to Super Chat Mini. We should do like a 40-yard dash, like on my IG or something. Where could we do that?
Right outside.
Right outside? All right. How about you add that? We'll add that to the Super Chat menu. What do you think has to be the number there for us to do a 40-yard dash outside?
I mean, I think
isn't it supposed to be like a tornado warning or something?
Yes.
I mean, it looks fine right now, but oh my gosh.
I think the only acceptable amount would have to be 40.
But how many $40 Super Chats?
I'm just saying, like a $40 Super Chat and you run it.
Bruno Castro has this going right now. $10 Super Chat. How about this? 400 total on today's show. We'll do it.
I'm down.
400 total on today's show. Jeremy Chugs and I are running a 40-yard dash.
I'll pull my hamstring.
Jeremy Chugs and I are running a 40-yard dash in the clothes that we're wearing right now. Oh. What if one of us gets in the Dolphins suit? 40-yard dash. Bruno Castro, $10 Super Chat. We appreciate you. I think on the Super Chat Mini Day, because it's Tua's birthday, we have a little Tua song action. Can you change that to Tua song, Jeremy? $5?
Yep.
Yeah, Tua song, because it is Tua's birthday today. So Bruno, this one's for you.
No, wait. That's a $10 Super Chat though.
That's what I'm saying. He sent in a 10. We'll make an exception. First Super Chat of the day. There's no place I'd rather be than watching my Fins in Miami. Here on Dolphins Day with my crew. And if I had one wish come true, the Dolphins would get the win again. Ah, weeky weeky my lowy lowy. Ah, weeky weeky my lowy lowy. I want to see a Tua touchdown drive. Happy birthday, Tua. Everybody type Tua down in the comment section. Fear the Kilt, Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
John
Love
Ruiz,
Jeremy
let's
Chug.
Go!
Oh, you love to see it.
My guys. And hey, talking about 40s, we're about to hit 40K.
We're about to hit
40K.
channel. And we are going to auction off a Xavier Howard jersey when we hit 40,000 subscribers. Go down, subscribe to the channel right now. I want to get there by next week's live show. So next week's live show, we can have a live raffle. We're planning on $10 per ticket. So everybody's going to have a chance to win if you send in a $10 Super Chat next week. 40,000 subscribers. Go down, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to share this video because that kind of helps us get the word out about our channel. So you're going to click the share button, select the Twitter icon, and then click post to Twitter. It is the best way to share our channel. Happy birthday to Happy birthday to Happy birthday, happy birthday to Happy birthday to Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, John Ruiz pointing out that it was Tyreek's birthday yesterday,
And many more.
and now it is Tua Tagovailoa's birthday.
Channel 4.
You're too funny, Chugs. I'm updating our super chat menu to include the 40-yard dash.
That's lit.
Jeremy Chugs, what do you think your 40-yard dash time would be?
Ooh, we were talking about this earlier in the office. Honestly, like stretched out, best running, I think my 40-yard dash would be in like a 5.3 or a 5.4. Like full out sprint, I might pull my hamstring. I think I'm going 5.3. What about you?
I think I could clock in under 5.
You think so?
I do. I'm pretty fast.
Oh, you are?
Willy runs. Willy
think so?
Speed.
Have you ever ran a 40 before?
No. I don't think I've run a 40. Fear the Kilt ran a 4.8 in high school. I was when I was in middle school, I was a pretty good cross-country runner. In fact, I even won a race. And my dad thought I was going to be like this. He thought I was better than I was. He thought I was going to be this Olympic cross-country long-distance runner, and like I just hated that sport because growing up in Houston, as you know, Jeremy, the humidity in August down there, I mean, to have to run miles on miles in the Houston heat in August was just unbearable. So I ended up playing tennis in high school.
Yeah.
I just could not do running, but we'll see. Maybe with a little, maybe
you
with
could
a
have
warm
made
up.
the Olympics.
Probably not. I got a better chance to make that in curling, quite frankly. Now, we had that super chat sent in earlier. We might have to do this for every $10 super chat today. Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number 1. Hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number 1. Let's go. Sherry May knows it. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl. Go Fins. Got a fun show for you guys coming up. We got some news and rumors. We have 2, not 1, but 2 Dolphins mailbags. You can start getting your questions in right now using hashtag Dolphins or super chatting. Super chatting, the best way to get on the show because it guarantees your spot on the show. And then we'll have an NFL Combine tracker. We're going to tell you each player that Miami has met with so far. Got some interesting names on that list, Producer Chuck, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And before we start today's show, we got to get to 40 likes. Right now we're at 29 likes. Let's get to 40 likes. Everybody go and like the video.
John Ruiz, madman.
John Ruiz is a madman.
John Ruiz is a madman.
In the words of Fear the Kilt, John Ruiz is a madman.
He is a madman.
Hey, Fear the Kilt. Your guy Gerard Clark from Coastal Carolina is doing the combine stuff right now. Oh, man, look at him go. He's running around cones. He's running through the course. And now we have Keandre Coburn. All right, let's see what Coburn does here. He's running around. Oh, no, he fell. Oh, no. Coburn fell, and Coburn's not going to be happy. Coburn's not going to be happy about that. All right, who we got next here? Is he going to do it again? They're letting him do it again. They're giving we're doing some play-by-play from the combine. This is the run the hoop drill. I don't know if I've seen this. All right, do not fall. Do not fall. Come on, Coburn. Oh, good. He got through it. Good job. Keandre Coburn, nice. Defensive lineman out of Texas. We got DJ Dolly from Alabama. Those Dolphins love those Alabama guys.
Woo!
Let's see. Oh, man, that was impressive.
One last reminder before we start today's show.
Yes.
Every $5, we're doing a fight song / Tua song.
Yes.
$10, we'll spin the wheel. $20, you get on the. Do you have the Hall of Fame board on you?
We spin the wheel right now because who's sending that $10 super chat? Was that Bruno? Yeah, Bruno Castro.
Wait, we don't talk about
wheel
Bruno.
Spin. And, some karaoke.
You want to go first or me?
Let's see. I'm just trying to think of what song I would do. Because it's Tua's birthday, let's sing Happy Birthday to Tua. Happy birthday to Tua. Happy birthday to Tua. Happy birthday, dear Tua. Happy birthday to you. Shout out Uno, type Uno down in the comments section. All right, we got the news and rumors portion of today's show coming up right around the corner. We're talking about Jordan Poyer joining the Miami Dolphins. Those rumors are starting to heat up. In fact, I can feel it.
Gotta open the door. Yes. It's getting a little hot in here.
It's getting a little bit hot. The rumor's starting to heat up.
Oh, that was my cue.
You're good.
Okay.
Dolphins fans, I am Will Scott. You are watching Dolphins Today on this Thursday. We're talking about some news and rumors, and man, I feel like we got to get a fan or something in here because I'm really starting to feel those Dolphins rumors heat up. We'll discuss which rumors are heating up here in a second. But first, want to wish our QB a happy birthday. Tua Tagovailoa turning 25 years old today. Had that big birthday bash over in Miami over the weekend. And now he is celebrating his 25th birthday today. So go type Uno down in the comments section to wish QB1 a happy birthday. And as I mentioned, Tua had that birthday party last week. Jordan Poyer was in attendance, the impending NFL free agent. He went on his podcast last week, hyped up Tua before going to his birthday party last week. Technically last month, as it says on screen, but that was a little less than a week ago. That birthday party. Here's what Jordan Poyer said about his relationship with Tua. Shout out to my dog Tua. A lot of Bills fans won't like that I am friends with Tua. He's a really good dude. Huge fan of Tua. Dude's a baller. Got a lot of respect for him and his craft. And Poyer also said that he flew down to Miami for Tua's birthday party. Plenty of Dolphins people in attendance as well. And so it feels like Jordan Poyer has a good relationship with Tua and some guys on this Miami team. Now, at the Combine earlier this week, Mike McDaniel was asked about the Jordan Poyer to Miami rumors, and he said, quote, "I'm not in the business of tampering. We need all the draft picks we can get," which was a pretty ironic statement, as the Dolphins do not have a first-round pick this year because of tampering with Sean Payton and Tom Brady last year. So, credit to Mike McDaniel not pulling a Stephen Ross and then getting us docked another draft pick here for tampering because technically can't really talk to Jordan Poyer or about Jordan Poyer until the new league year begins. And we're going to have you covered with all free agency news and rumors, and which is why you should subscribe. And when we hit 40,000 subscribers, we are going to have a Xavier Howard jersey raffle. I really want to get there by next week's live show. So subscribe to the channel now and turn on your notifications to stay in the loop with all Dolphins news and rumors. We'll be covering Jordan Poyer. We'll be talking about some other free agent targets for the Dolphins as well. But thanks to Travis Ament, the University of North Dakota women's golf coach, for sending us this Xavier Howard jersey. He wants us to raffle it off when we hit 40,000 subscribers. Shifting gears back here to Jordan Poyer, who continues to be linked to Miami. And the podcast comments and him at the party and Mike McDaniel saying, hey, I don't want to tamper, has certainly added to the speculation that Jordan Poyer could be joining this Miami Dolphins team. Here's what Jordan Poyer said about his impending free agency. I would love to go to a state that doesn't take half my money. It's crazy to me how taxes work. Some people will say, you're already making X amount of money, but taxes play a big part in all of our lives. So right now he is in New York, a state that has a lot of taxes. In fact, CNBC says that New York State has, let me look this up again, has the highest tax burden in all of the United States per CNBC. Florida, meanwhile, does not. So that's worth noting. But Danny Lowy-Fussy tweeted this from the Combine. Dolphins general manager Chris Greer said the team will need to add depth at safety and inside linebacker this offseason, and will really hammer out ways to do so after returning from the NFL Combine. So adding depth at safety, certainly something that the Dolphins might look to do this offseason, according to General Manager Chris Grier, and Jordan Poyer is arguably the best safety out there and available in free agency. Again, he has said that he wants to go to a state that does not have high taxes. New York, where he's currently at, has the highest tax burden in the United States. Exactly. He wants to save money, and you can do that if you want to do that with your Amazon shopping experience. You can do that through our sponsor, Cultivate. It's the best way to add transparency to your Amazon shopping experience. Really like using Cultivate. I have added it to my browser. You can do the same. It's a browser extension that brings transparency to your Amazon shopping experience. Cultivate shows you the brand, seller, or product origin and identifies local alternatives that support local community efforts while saving you money. With over 50% of Amazon U.S. sellers based in China, Cultivate offers a way to avoid trickery from those sellers and keep money in the U.S. economy. Cultivate offers alternatives that are on average 30% less expensive than Amazon without any additional costs, such as Amazon Prime. It can even identify local alternatives that you can pick up the same day. Cultivate users earn free donations as rewards for using the extension, and the more you use it, the more you earn in donations by increasing your level. In fact, Cultivate donates 51% of the revenue they make on your purchase. So what are you waiting for? Go to wecultivate.us/chatsports and download Cultivate for free. Let Cultivate bring transparency, savings, and community support to your Amazon shopping journey. Support the show by downloading with our link. It's down in the comments and the description of today's video, wecultivate.us/chatsports. I believe that Jordan Poyer to Miami at this point is inevitable. I think it's going to happen. All the signs point to Jordan Poyer joining the Miami Dolphins. Chris Grier saying they're looking to add depth at that position. Poyer saying he wants to move out of New York, a state that's taxing him a lot, maybe move to a state like Florida that does not have a state income tax. And on top of all that, and I know that you might think this doesn't play a big deal, but it's going to play a big deal. His wife, Rachel Bush, is a supermodel. She is going to want to be in Miami. So, Jordan Poyer, you're a Miami Dolphin, I think. Do you want to sign Jordan Poyer? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comment section. Go down, let me know what you think. Do you want to sign Jordan Poyer? I know I've said before on the show that, safety's not a huge need. But the more I think about it, the more intrigued I am about adding Poyer, because he is one of the best safeties in this league. And, you might say, Brandon Jones is really good. I don't want him to replace Brandon Jones. Here's the way you need to look at this. He might be replacing Brandon Jones, but then Brandon Jones would be replacing Eric Rowe. Because on Vic Fangio's defense, 3 safeties will be heavily involved. It's not like if you sign Jordan Poyer and Holland and Poyer are your top 2 safeties, then we're not going to see Brandon Jones play. Brandon Jones is still going to play a heavy majority of snaps. You're probably losing Eric Rowe in free agency, so that third safety could be Brandon Jones, and that second safety could be Jordan Poyer, who is a free agent, someone the Dolphins are expected to look at. Now, like this video, if you are excited about free agency, I'm excited. We're going to have nonstop coverage here for you on Dolphins Today. Like the video if you are excited about NFL free agency. I'm pumped about it. I know producer Jeremy Chuggs is pumped about it. He's fired up. Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. But like the video if you're excited about free agency. Next part of the show, I wanted to hit on this. Bleacher Report posted this article talking about 3 early free agency moves for the Dolphins. The first one being to re-sign either Raheem Mostert or Jeff Wilson. So in this article, they're saying these need to be the first 3 moves. This would not be the first thing I would do. I would probably go out and sign a Josh Jacobs, a Tony Pollard, but I do believe, I will agree with Bleacher Report here, that they should bring back either Mostert or Wilson, not both, but bring one of those guys back to be RB2 next year behind maybe Josh Jacobs or Tony Pollard or Saquon Barkley, someone you sign in free agency. Number 2 on their list, and I don't really think this is realistic, but sign Jacoby Brissett to be the backup quarterback. Yeah, the guy that was your backup quarterback in 2021. In fact, he started 5 games for the Dolphins. Here's what he did for this past season for the Cleveland Browns. 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, over 2,600 yards, a 64% completion percentage. And keep in mind, Deshaun Watson was suspended most of the season, so Jacoby Brissett started most games for the Browns this year and did a serviceable job. He's expected to be one of, if not the best backup quarterbacks on the free agency market. But when you're talking about him as a Dolphins target, he was just with the Dolphins in 2021. I don't know if there'd be mutual interest in bringing him back. Then number 3 here is to bring in a top corner. I absolutely agree with this. I do believe the Dolphins need to be aggressive looking for cornerbacks here in this free agency class. Taking a look at some notable names, Marcus Peters will be available. John Jones, James Bradbury, Bradley Roby, and Greedy Williams. Now, the most realistic names here are probably Jones and Williams. I don't think Bradbury's that realistic, but man, I would love John Jones. John Jones is a top 3 free agent target for me, right up there with Josh Jacobs and Mike McGlinchey. I think bringing John Jones to Miami makes a lot of sense. Pay him whatever you have to pay him to come be CB2 with Xavier Howard. Next story here is that Miami ranked 2nd in the NFL on their report card grade. So these players filled out kind of surveying their team, and here's what the Dolphins report card looked like. Better than my report card in high school, no question about that. Treatment of families was the lowest grade, the only grade that was not an A. It was a C+, and that can mean, tickets and access to facilities. The Arizona Cardinals actually ranked, I think they were given an F there. So C+, F-, says Jeremy Chugg. So there are some teams that received a D or an F, so C+ is not that bad there in that particular area. Food service and nutrition was an A. Weight room was an A+. Strength coaches was an A+. Training room was an A+. Training staff was an A+. Locker room was an A+, team travel was an A. That's more A's than I made in high school. I did much better in college than I did in high school, producer Jeremy Chuggs, if you can believe that. I think a lot of people can say differently, but I did better in college than I did in high school. I don't know. But this will definitely help bring free agents to Miami. The fact that they graded this good. Again, they ranked 2nd in the NFL on this report card grade, just behind the Minnesota Vikings. So the Dolphins have this great team, this great coach, great team culture, and they're in a great city. You can come live in South Florida, and you get these amazing facilities and this amazing treatment and this great staff. I mean, I think this is a no-brainer if you're a free agent and you're thinking about coming to the Miami Dolphins. Now, who do you want to sign in free agency? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. Is it Poyer? Is it McGlinchey? Is it John Jones? Let me know down in the comment section. We're going to have you covered throughout NFL free agency and the weeks leading up to it. So be sure to go down and subscribe to the channel right now, Dolphins fans. Who do you want to sign in free agency? Chuggs, that report card grade from the Dolphins was pretty impressive. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, we saw teams, and it was funny. I was just working with our Steelers host. Steelers, their locker room got a D. And then I went to go look at the pictures of their locker room. I'm not even shitting you, Will. I cover high school football here in Dallas, Texas. There are multiple high schools in Dallas that have better locker rooms than the Steelers locker room. Look it up on your screen
right, I'm gonna
right
look
now.
it up.
Just look up Steelers locker room. It looks like a middle school locker room for like a football team. It is so bad. They legit have those old foldable chairs.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Like, it's awful.
You're an NFL team.
There's probably high schools in Miami that have better locker rooms than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to look up the Dolphins locker room now and compare it.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, there's no
they
comparison.
don't even compare.
Dolphins locker room is sweet.
Right? And then you go into the Steelers one, and it looks like an old Sam's
The Dolphins locker room, I mean, is insane.
Oh.
And don't forget about the ping pong table in the Dolphins locker room.
The Steelers locker room looks like a locker room that you would walk into in 2003 at a YMCA. Like,
Yeah,
Awful.
the Dolphins
But
locker room's pretty sweet.
who do you want to sign in free agency? We have Bobby Wagner, Miles Sanders. Yeah, Bobby Wagner. John Jones. John Bones
Who?
Jones.
John Jones.
John Bones Jones. I thought I saw Chad Jones in here earlier.
Oh, Chad Jones is here.
Sweetest Tennessee
David
whiskey.
Breakout saying Bobby Wagner. Gary Thompson saying Miles Sanders. John Ruiz saying Lombardi Lenny. Ooh, Leonard Fournette.
Lenny?
I wouldn't mind bringing him in as RB2.
Louisiana Lenny?
Ooh, I would like that. I have a signed Leonard Fournette picture hanging up in my at-home studio.
Fear the kill. Good point. Football is not played in the locker room. That is true.
But when you're recruiting free agents, though, you want to be able to sell them in the locker room.
Football's not played in the locker room, but when you're done with practice, do you want to go sit on a rickety bench or do you want to go sit on a nice stool that has your name on it?
Right.
Like, of course. I mean, it's the same way. Like, if you go to a restaurant and the whole inside of the restaurant looks crappy, they could have good food, but then you're like, this restaurant kind of sucks.
You might not go in. You might not give that restaurant a chance.
Exactly.
I want to shout out Tom Garfinkel, who's done a fantastic job as a Dolphins executive, and he's been kind of behind the scenes working on the locker room, working on, the food service and everything.
I mean,
And
food
he's
A+.
He's done a good job.
I wonder what they're eating down there.
Man,
Definitely not Zeppy.
They're not eating Zeppy. They're not eating.
They're eating
Zeppy.
good in the neighborhood. Maybe some kava.
Here's our super chat menu. $5 for a little fight song or Tua song, your choice. $10 to spin the wheel. $20 to get on our Hall of Fame board. That is 80% off. And then if we hit $400 total on today's live show, I will do a 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit. In the Dolphin suit, I will do it. 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit.
Wow.
If we get to 400 total. It is bad weather here in Dallas, but if it's not lightning, then I might do it today. I'm going to do it eventually.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be on my Instagram page. But if the weather stays halfway decent, maybe I'll do it today.
At Willy Fins, if you haven't followed him already.
At Willy Fins on the IG. At Willy Fins on the IG. Posting a lot more Dolphins content there. Jeremy Chugs, for our Combine Tracker show, is it possible for you to play the clip of Jordan Battle talking about the Dolphins? It was in the script. I forgot to discuss that with you before the show. Is there a way to splice that in or something?
I could probably just splice it in afterwards.
Okay. All right, that works.
That might be the easiest
All
right now.
Cool.
TBH. But
yeah, Matthew Sams, you're right. I lost that bet and had to wear the Dolphin had to run 5 laps in the Dolphin suit. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Willy Fins.
Willy Fins! We have a mailbag coming up. To get on the mailbag, use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat. If you Super Chat, you skip the line. It guarantees your spot on the show. Sherry May, we appreciate you supporting the show. We're looking forward to seeing you at the raffle next week. That's only if we hit 40,000 subscribers, though, Sherry May. So
I think we can do that.
Be sure to send the channel out to people, Sherry May. Tell your Dolphins friends or family members to subscribe to the channel so we can have that raffle next week. And the great thing about a raffle is, like, everybody's going to have a chance to win. $10 a ticket. We're going to figure out more logistics, more specifics here in the next week before that. Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show. Super Chat Lamo. Get on the show. We haven't seen Mo in a little bit. Oh, Minx. I see Minx. What's up, dude? Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show. We'll wait for a few more questions to get in before we start that mailbag. What are you setting, Jeremy Chugs, the over-under, my 40 time in the Dolphin suit?
Oh, the over-under? I'd go 5-2.
5-2? 5-2 in the suit?
Oh, in the suit? Oh,
in the suit.
That's going to be hard.
Can I beat 6?
Oh, no, dude. I don't think you can't raise your legs in the suit.
What if I, tuck the thing into my socks or something,
If you went half suit, maybe 5-2. Like, if you,
I think I could beat 6 in the suit. I will say, though, running around the office in the suit the other week was not easy.
It's a little constricting.
Yeah, it is a little bit constricting.
In the suit, 40-yard dash, maybe the over-under 9.5.
That's disrespectful.
Dude, it's the suit.
9.5?
It's the suit.
9.5?
It's hard.
Hashtag Dolphins
I've
or
been in
Super
the Super
Chat.
before, so I know.
Yeah, me, you, and Jack.
Running is not easy.
Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show. We have enough questions, Jeremy Chunks?
I think we're good to go.
Excellent. All right, we got a mailbag coming up to get your questions in. Use hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show. Dolphins fans, welcome in to this edition of the Dolphins Today mailbag. I am Will Scott answering your questions live here during our live Thursday Dolphins show. So if you did not get on this mailbag and want to get on a future mailbag, be sure to subscribe to the channel and join us every Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Our first question is coming in from Dylan Raddick. Thanks for the question, man. Who's your favorite prospect at the NFL Combine? That's a great question. Watching the Combine right now, NFL Combine going on. My favorite prospect, and again, the Dolphins have a first-round pick, so I'm kind of following these second-round guys a little bit more closely. Probably Cody Mock from North Dakota State University, the offensive lineman. How can he not be your favorite prospect? I mean, look at the guy. So probably Cody Mock. He's the guy we've talked about as a potential Dolphins target. You could slot him at right tackle, maybe even at left guard as well. And the Dolphins need a left guard and they need a right tackle. They can maybe address that free agency. If they don't address it in free agency, I expect them to address it in the draft. But Cody Mock from North Dakota State had a great career there. His story is really cool. I encourage you to look it up. But Cody Mock is probably my favorite draft prospect. Had a great outing at the Senior Bowl. Really easy guy to root for. Do you want to draft Cody Mock? And I see Sherry May down in the comments, our live chat, saying Mock to Miami. Do you want to draft Cody Mock? Type D for draft or type P for pass down in the comments section. It is the pinned comment. So reply to it when you get a second. Do you want to draft Cody Mock? D for draft, P for pass. Skitmaster, why would have Miami try to get Wagner? Are you asking about Wagner to Miami? Because I definitely think that's possible. We'll see what his price is. He was making $10 million per year before he got cut, and I think if you could get him for a price near that, it would be pretty good value. He's a ridiculously good player, has been playing at a high level his entire career, and the Dolphins have a needed linebacker. I think there's a better chance they sign Bobby Wagner than trade for Jalen Ramsey. Hi. Saying draft John Michael Smiths in the second round, trade up if we have to, and sign Mike McGlinchey in free agency, move Connor Williams back to center, and we are good for the O-line. I think high means move him back to guard. Look, Williams did a decent job this year at center. I wasn't thrilled with his snapping. I thought his PFF grade did not do a good job kind of factoring in the snapping, but he's a great blocker, which is not a surprise. He was one of the top 10 guards in the NFL before he got here. In terms of drafting John Michael Smiths in the second round and trading up, the Dolphins do have 2 third-round picks, so they can maybe send those third-round picks to a team to move up in the second round. John Ruiz says, trade and sign for Dalton Schultz, GM Ruiz as we like to call him, Jordan Poyer, Josh Jacobs, Mike McGlinchey, Jalen Ramsey, Gardner Minshew, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, extend Christian Wilkins, and Melvin Ingram, Zach Sealer. So I don't look Dalton Schultz. I like him. I don't think he's going to be a priority. I think if they sign a tight end in free agency, it's going to be Foster Moreau from Las Vegas. Jordan Poyer's a Dolphin. Lock it in. Josh Jacobs, the Raiders really want him back, but if he does leave, I think Miami's the favorite to land him. I certainly think Miami's the favorite for McGlinchey. Jalen Ramsey, Miami's right there, but I expect him to get traded to Detroit, maybe even Cincinnati. Gardner Minshew needs to be the top backup quarterback target. Dalvin Cook, I like. I think you need to do a little bit better than that. And when I say that, I'm saying Josh Jacobs or Tony Pollard. If you don't get either of those guys, then maybe Dalvin Cook. And if Derrick Henry becomes available, my goodness, you have got to try to go for him. Christian Wilkins will get extended. I think Zach Sealer will as well, but I don't think Melvin Ingram will be back. Fear the Kilt, what's up? Watch from Pawleys Island, South Carolina. We appreciate you. If you had to pick a free agent priority, what position is top priority for you? Mine is right tackle. I could not agree more. The Dolphins have got to prioritize this offensive line. Chris Grier, I like Grier. I know that he's somewhat of a polarizing figure amongst Dolphins fans. But one thing he's missed on has been the offensive line, at least drafting offensive linemen. Yeah, he got Teron Armstead, but Eichenberg's been a disaster. Austin Jackson, was starting to show a little bit of promise last year, but got banged up, didn't play a whole lot. Connor Williams did a decent job at center. I think he's more of a true guard, but they'll probably keep Connor Williams at center. But you need a left guard, you need a right tackle, so I'm with you if you're the Kilt. I think Mike McGlinchey, you have got to give him a blank check. Do whatever it takes to bring him to Miami. Will Scott Fan 69, what's up? Saying, will Grier finally start taking the O-line seriously? So good transition there. One offensive line question to another. Chris Grier was actually asked about the offensive line at the NFL Combine during his press conference yesterday. Here's what he said. The guys made tremendous strides last year. You've heard Mike McDaniel and Frank Smith talk about how happy they are with the development of some of those young players. Obviously, like with Austin Jackson, he just needs to get healthy so we can get a full evaluation of him. But with Connor Williams, Liam Eichenberg, Rob Hunt, and obviously Teron Armstead, we feel like we have a good core of guys right there to start with. Eichenberg, Chris? What has Eichenberg proven? He was one of the worst rated guards last season in the entire league. I do not think he should be a part of this starting offensive line next year. If you want to bring him off the bench, it'd be a backup guard, sure, backup tackle, sure. But Liam Eichenberg should not be starting next year. You got to get a good guard. You got to get a good tackle in free agency. And Austin Jackson, like Chris Grier said, we've not seen enough of him. But when he has been on the field, he's somewhat struggled. Now, rate the Dolphins' offensive line right now. For free agency, before the draft, scale it 1 to 10 down in the comment section. Go down and rate the Dolphins' offensive line. Miss Fins, it's good to see you again. Will the QB competition per Grier, will that affect QB 1 or 2, meaning will Tua actually get QB, or is this just QB 2 position? So, yeah. So, when Chris Grier was talking about the quarterback competition yesterday, he was referencing QB 2. 2 is obviously the Dolphins' QB 1 going into next year. He's talking about whoever they sign in free agency, and Chris Grier did say they have interest in bringing in a veteran quarterback, which was good to hear, and maybe him competing with Skylar Thompson for the QB 2 job. So, yes, he was referencing the QB 2 battle there. Liam Taylor, thanks for the question. I saw a report that we are waiting on Tua decision because we're waiting to see if Lamar Jackson becomes available. What do you think about that? Yeah, I think that just broke before the show. There was some report about that. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I just think they're going to wait on a Tua decision because they can wait. May 1st is the deadline. Chris Grier, Mike McDaniel, and everybody involved have already committed to Tua to be the starting quarterback next year. And I understand there's been some situations in the past where they're like, yeah, he's our guy, and they go elsewhere. Remember Josh Rosen in Arizona? They were like, yeah, he's our guy, and then they draft Kyler Murray. So I don't think anything like that's going to happen here. I think Tua has proven he's more than capable of being the guy this year and going forward. So I'm not buying that report, Liam. And look, we've heard so many different quarterbacks linked to Miami. I just think all of it's noise. Dixie saying, heard anything about a Derrick Henry trade? Very interesting, Dixie. This is starting to get more talk, and I think a reason for that is because Rand Carthen, the new Titans GM, might be starting to kind of blow it up. He got rid of Taylor Lewan, Zach Cunningham, a couple other guys that he let go of last week. So if the Titans do want to start a rebuild, then maybe they will trade Derrick Henry, who is a free agent after this upcoming season. However, they did say at the Combine that Ryan Tannehill will be back. So if they bring back Tannehill, I don't see them starting a rebuild. But if the Titans do decide to go that direction, then maybe Derrick Henry will be on the trade block. And I do feel like if there's a shocking NFL trade, kind of like last year's Tyreek Hill trade this year, it's going to be Derrick Henry, wherever he goes. Shallow Hal saying, should we trade for a top corner? Hello, Shal. What did I say? Oh, my bad. Hello, Shal. Sorry about that. Should we trade for a top corner? No. That might be a hot take. I don't think you need to trade for Jalen Ramsey because you have a couple corners available in free agency that you can get without having to give up draft picks. John Jones I like. Greedy Williams I like. If they do trade for Jalen Ramsey, I'd be pretty excited about that. But at the same time, though, you'd probably have to give up maybe 2 or 3 draft picks to get that done. I would rather just sign John Jones in free agency. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to have you covered throughout free agency, and also subscribe if you want to get on a future Dolphins Today mailbag. Boom! Rate the Dolphins offensive line, guys, down in the comment section.
Boom, roasted.
Well, what do you think, Chugs? Would you rate it?
Somewhere in the middle. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's in that Goldilocks, middle range. I would say right now, I would rate it a 7.
A 7?
I would rate it a 7.
I think it's a... What's up, Harrison Graham?
What's up, boys?
How you doing?
What's up?
Harrison Graham, the host of Chicago Bears Now, just walked in.
Where's Chad Jones?
Oh, Chad Jones is here.
Gramus and Ham.
So Harrison, if we get to $400 in super chats, we got a long way to go. Just 10. We're 2 segments in. I'm gonna run a 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit.
Ooh,
If we get to 400.
I like that.
Now, if we get to 500, will you follow?
I will also run a 40 next to Will in the Dolphin suit if we get to 500.
Okay. You heard that? You heard that? If we get to 500, he's gonna join me here with the 40-yard dash.
You'll have to do it 3-legged style.
Oh my gosh.
No. I've actually wanted to run I'm just curious. I haven't sprinted in years, so I don't know what I would
That's a good question. Will, when's the last time that you full out sprinted? Like, run as hard as you can, sprint as fast as possible.
It's been a long time. It's been a really long time.
He was just saying before the show, I think I could crack a 5.
I think I could. Super Chat Limo, get on the show. Super Mo's back. Super Chat Limo, get on the show. 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 Mo, $5 super chat. Where have you been, Mo? We missed you, man. Say, I miss you guys. Keep up the great work. Definitely with Fangio's defense going to be epic. Tua stays healthy. And all you have to know is, and when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Oh, my gosh, voice crack. Miami Dolphins #1. Hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1. Shout out to Mo. Super chat like Mo. Get on the show. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, Mo. We appreciate the super chat. Again, 400 total. And look, we got a long way to go, but I've seen some super chat paloozas here on Dolphins many of times. So I would not be surprised to see us get there.
Oh, yeah.
Would not be surprised. Just the Tuas with the super chat. Back at you, Mo. Just the Tuas. We will we'll put you up on screen here in a second.
Here we go.
We're also going to include this as the first question on our second mailbag. So he has just skipped a line by saying this, saying Edmonds and Gardner Johnson are must-signs this free agency. You mean Tremaine Edmonds, I'm assuming? Yes. I really like Tremaine, the Bills linebacker, and Gardner Johnson is a versatile defensive back, could play corner, could play safety. Yeah, I really like Sauce. I really, really like Gardner Johnson a lot. Or C.J. Gardner Johnson.
You think there's a chance?
I don't think so. I haven't heard him linked to Miami as much as Poyer. Rate the Dolphins offensive line 1 to 10. Dolphin 13, not a huge fan of it. Again, $400 total. I will run a 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit on my Instagram. 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit on my Instagram if we get to 400 total in Super Chats. $10 for a wheel spin, $5 for the fight song, $20 to get on our Hall of Fame board. But this is the only time we're offering the 40-yard dash because the NFL Combine's going on right now. So if we get to 400, I'll run a 40-yard dash in the Dolphin suit. What's coming up next, Jeremy? We got a little Combine tracker. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. We have a little Combine tracker going. Talking about some meetings that the Dolphins are in right now. And you know what? Mo actually sent in a $5 super chat.
We did the fight song.
For Mo?
Yeah. You didn't hear me?
But
I think you were working. I think you were doing something. David Breakout, we're at $17 right now. There's a long way to go. But we'll see. If y'all don't want to see the 40-yard dash, that's fine. I wouldn't mind not going out in the bad weather right now in Dallas running the 40-yard dash. So in the Dolphin suit. So if y'all want to see it, we got to get to $400 total.
And just a reminder, because I think we answered all the questions that came in already.
Yes.
Get your questions in for our next mailbag using #Dolphins. If you have anything you want to say, anything you want to ask, use #Dolphins or Super Chat like Mo.
Super Chat like Mo. Get on the show. Super Chat like Mo. Get on the show. We appreciate Mo and everyone that has Super Chatted and that has tuned in today. All right, our next video. Mo! Super Chat like Mo! Get on the show! 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 Saying, why not another one? He missed. I didn't think I missed it, but we'll do it again. Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. Hey, and when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Let's go.
Woo!
Fired up. Oh, he said Jeremy missed it, not you. See? It's all right. It's all right. We did it that time for you, Mo. We appreciate you, Mo. We appreciate you, Mo.
I missed it.
That's all right, Jeremy. We forgive you, man. All right, here we go. We got a combine meetings tracker. We are going to tell you about every single prospect. And just the Tuas saying, put me on the board, Willie Fins. Put me on the board. Welcome to our Hall of Fame board. Just the Tua's $20 super chat.
Let's go. That puts us closer.
There you go. Just the Tua's, you're on the board.
We're inching closer to that $400 mark.
Here,
to have
put me
Will
full
do a
screen here.
40-yard dash in a Dolphin costume.
Just the Tua's. Here we go. Put me full screen here so I can show them. Yeah, you're good, Jeremy. There you go, Just the Tua's. You are on our Hall of Fame board. Congratulations. We appreciate the $20 super chat.
Wiki wiki my lohi
lohi. Wiki wiki my lohi lohi. I want to see a Tua touchdown drive. All right, we're at $42 total after that. Need $400 total to get to the 40-yard dash. So we'll see. In the Dolphin suit. We'll see if it happens. We have a combine meetings tracker coming up right now. Going to tell you about every single prospect that has met with the Miami Dolphins. Jeremy Chugs, you ready to get rocking and rolling here? Let's do it. Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott. Should we wait? So David Breakout, Super Chats never felt so good. So good. David Breakout, Super Chats never felt so good. So good. David Breakout, $20 Super Chat. You're on the board again, David. You're on the board. We got some wheel spins now.
Let's rock today.
That's a Chuck shot. There you go, David, on the board once again.
I actually need to go get the fireball here in a second. I completely forgot it.
Spin the wheel. Is that
Abby? Could you bring me a shot and a gritty for Will?
Oh, hey, to the gritty.
And a fireball. Thank you.
Hey, Gasicki Gritty! Gasicki
Oh,
Gritty!
wait, give it to him, Will. Give it to him, Will.
Gasicki Gritty! Hey! $10 for the wheel spin. We appreciate you, David Breakout. Always making it happen here. One of our Super Chat MVPs. We appreciate you so much, David. Thank you very much.
Inches us even closer.
We're getting close. We're getting closer. If we get to 200, to get halfway there, I feel like it might happen. We'll see. 400 for the 40-yard dash in the Dolphins suit. All righty, ready for this combine interview tracker, Chugs?
Oh yeah, I think we're about. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Alonzo.
The marvelous Abby Alonzo. There we go.
Chug shot. Hey, Chugs, I think I'll be able to drink again on Dolphins next week. We'll see. I'm off the meds.
Apparently,
next
I
week.
poured a double for you, so
There we go.
we're all good.
Chugs. There we go.
Spicy. Very spicy. All right.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! Let's go. Combine tracker coming up right now. We're going to tell you the 6 names the Dolphins have met with in the first couple days of the NFL Combine. Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott, and on today's show, we're getting into a Combine meetings tracker. We're going to tell you all the names the Dolphins have met with at the NFL Combine so far. Now, we're filming this during Thursday on Dolphins Live. This video is going out Friday, so there could be more names before then. But as of right now, the time we're filming this, these are the 6 confirmed interviews that the Dolphins have had. Before we get into that list, go down and subscribe to the channel because we are going to have a Xavier Howard signed jersey raffle. When we hit 40,000 subscribers, almost there. We need about 170 more. So go down and subscribe to the channel, hoping to get there by next week's live show. Now let's get into today's show, talking about our Combine meetings tracker. The NFL Combine going on right now in Indianapolis. Mike McDaniel is there, as well as Dolphins General Manager Chris Grier. Here are the names that they have met with, and we begin with a linebacker, Trenton Simpson, out of Clemson. He is our first confirmed interview. The Dolphins met with him earlier this week in Indianapolis, and here is what Trenton Simpson said about the Dolphins, saying that he's met with the Fins, and, quote, "I feel like they liked me a lot," he said, according to David Furones, who works for the Sun Sentinel and is at the NFL Combine. Taking a look at the stats here for Simpson, 2 forced fumbles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 73 total tackles for Simpson with Clemson last season. Really good talent, and I think if he's there at 51, you got to take him. I don't know if he's going to be there, but he's certainly high up on my list when you're talking about guys that might be there when the Dolphins pick in the second round. Now, who is your favorite prospect at the NFL Combine? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. It is the pinned comment, so go down and reply to it when you get a second. Who is your favorite prospect at the NFL Combine? Maybe some of y'all are going to say Noah Sewell, the linebacker out of Oregon. The Dolphins have met with him. That has been confirmed. Sewell is an interesting prospect here, the brother of former first-round pick and Lions tackle Penei Sewell. So, you probably would have figured that out with me telling you. Both played Oregon, both last name Sewell, but yes, they are related. So he's met with Miami. He had 56 tackles, 5 tackles for loss in 2020-22. Could be a second, third-round guy. Potentially, taking a look at the Dolphins' linebacker depth chart, they have 5 free agent linebackers, so it should be no surprise that they are doing their due diligence with some linebackers here at the NFL Combine. Noah Sewell being one of them, the talented linebacker out of Oregon, expected to continue to be linked to Miami here because they have a need linebacker and because Sewell might be there when the Fins pick in the second and third rounds. Want to tell you about today's show sponsor, Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every single day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning. I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally could not be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. It's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Again, athleticgreens.com/chatsports. You know, I gave AG1 a try. I wanted to get healthier this year, and AG1 has gotten me into a really good routine. I really enjoy it. It's healthy for you. It tastes great. It's hard to find something that's both, right? It's good for you and actually tastes good. But AG1 is certainly that. Again, athleticgreens.com/chatsports to get started today. Moving on now to my third name on our meetings tracker list. It is DeMarvion Overshawn from the University of Texas, a name that was already linked to the Dolphins before the Combine. I saw him mocked the Dolphins in a few mock drafts, but he has met with the Dolphins here. And here's what he did this past season at Texas. 96 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 5 pass breakups, a stellar talent for the Longhorns, and a guy that maybe the Dolphins will consider here in the second or third round. Again, 5 linebackers that are free agents. Are you noticing a trend here? The Dolphins meeting with all of these linebackers. So we'll see if they decide to take a linebacker in the second round. Again, the Dolphins do not have a first-round pick. Their first selection is at number 51 overall in the second round. Meanwhile, Jordan Battle out of Alabama also met with the Dolphins. He confirmed that on Thursday morning in a combine interview that he has met with the Dolphins. And he is from South Florida. He went to Alabama. We know the Dolphins really like those Alabama guys. So Jordan Battle may be the next Bama guy that the Dolphins opt to take here, the safety out of Alabama. And here is what he said when asked if he would have interest in maybe coming back to Miami and if he's met with the Dolphins. Here's what he said. He said, yeah, that's what Jordan Battle said. And, I'd love to come home is Jordan Battle's message there. So he's from South Florida, grew up in Fort Lauderdale. Bama safety, South Florida native Jordan Battle, definitely a possibility for the Dolphins here when you're talking about them picking in the third round. Could be a mid to late day 2 pick. 3-year starter at Alabama, played with Tua and Waddle, 252 career tackles, 6 career picks, a great career at Alabama. And the guy's just a leader, man. I mean, when you hear people talk about this guy, leadership role is definitely there for them. He could be a third-round steal. This could be a high-caliber defensive back in the NFL for a long time. You could take him, have him be maybe the third safety behind Holland and Brandon Jones next year if you don't sign Poyer in free agency. So he could definitely be a steal in the third round. Do you want to draft Jordan Battle? Type D for draft or type P for pass. Down in the comment section, go down and let me know. Do you want to draft Jordan Battle? Emmanuel Forbes, the cornerback from Mississippi State, also meeting with the Dolphins. I really like this guy as a prospect. The Dolphins obviously need some depth at corner. Maybe they'll look to draft Forbes in the third round. Here's what he did this past season at Mississippi State. 46 tackles, 6 interceptions, 3 defensive touchdowns, which is crazy. 6 defensive touchdowns in his career, 10 pass breakups. And take a look at what he was wearing at his NFL Combine press conference on Thursday. A Florida Marlins hat. I don't know, maybe he's hinting he wants to be in Miami. I'm not sure. It's a shame, though, that the Marlins changed their logo. That was such a fresh look back in the day. But Forbes has been mocked to Miami in the third round by Walter Football. He's expected to be there in the third round. The Dolphins have 2 third-round picks. Maybe they will use one of them on the Mississippi State corner. Another corner the Dolphins have met with is Tyreek Stevenson out of the University of Miami. So maybe he'll look to stay in Miami. He said he has interest and he would love to stay in Miami. He had 18 tackles, 2 interceptions this past year at the U. So we'll see if the Dolphins maybe look to add him in this draft class. What position should Miami prioritize in the NFL draft? Go in the comments and let me know. So first couple days of the Combine, the only confirmed interviews they've had have been with linebackers and corners. So that might indicate to us they're prioritizing those 2 positions in this draft. We're going to have you covered with a lot more draft news. So go down and subscribe to the channel. Hit that sub button below if you want to stay in the loop with all Dolphins draft content. Guys, what position should the Dolphins prioritize in the NFL draft? Let me know. What do you think, Jeremy? I'm thinking offensive line or running back.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think you should prioritize running back. I think you could get a good running back in the 4th or 5th round. With your first 2 or 3 picks, I would go I'd probably go defense.
Okay.
I'd probably go defense, and then maybe if a really good lineman falls to you in the 2nd round. Like if somehow an Osiris Torrance or a John Michael Schmitz falls to you in the 2nd round, I would go offensive line, fortify that, especially because what Mike McDaniel wants to do.
Right.
And he wants to run the ball. We know that. So obviously you need a good running back for that, but more importantly, you need a good offensive line.
You know, I'm with you. I feel like offensive line needs to be something they do. Even if they sign Mike McGlinchey, get some depth there. You did not have any depth. You saw how big of a disaster it was on the offensive line this year when Teron Armstead was not out there.
Yeah.
So depth is really important. I'd love to have a young tackle behind Armstead to kind of trust if Armstead has to miss time, because we've talked about having a good backup for Tua because Tua is injury prone. I feel the same way about Teron Armstead. Get a good backup swing tackle in the building.
Yeah.
Brandon Shell might be that guy if they decide to keep Shell. But if you don't keep Shell,
Shelly.
go and draft a offensive tackle. We got Kevin Stefanski in the house at the NFL Combine in a Cleveland Guardians hat. Robert Beal running the 40-yard dash right now. If you want to see me run the 40-yard dash, we need about $340 more in Super Chat. So we'll see. Robert Beal, let's see what he clocks in at here.
We're climbing there.
We're climbing, slowly but surely. Robert Beal, that's a really good 40 time. That's going to be really good. 4.58. 4.58 for Robert Beal.
I don't hate it.
Now, is Jalen Carter going to run?
No, I don't think so.
He's back at the Combine, though.
I don't know if he's doing any of the workout stuff, though. I don't know.
Brenton Cox, the Florida Gator. Maybe some of y'all are Florida fans. I'm not, but Brenton Cox running the 40 right now, the defensive lineman out of Florida.
Here
Chase,
he is,
thanks for subscribing, man.
having the time of his life.
Shout out Sergio Dip.
Oh, here we go. And guys, just a reminder, we need some more questions for the mailbag. So if you haven't already, go ahead, go in there.
Got our second mailbag coming up. Brendan Cox, not going to be quite a 4.5, but still going to be okay. A 4.85 for Brenton Cox.
Not close to a 4.5.
No, Doug Peterson taking notes there.
Oh, I just can't get this thing out of my eye. I have something stuck in my eye. William?
You good?
I don't know. I might go blind.
Your boy's been having some eye issues, which is why he's wearing glasses.
Ooh.
You gonna join the glasses gang?
I don't know.
I feel like I've seen you in glasses. I've seen you in glasses.
I do know we need more questions.
Hashtag Dolphins. We need more questions before we start our second mailbag. It's cryptic. Thanks for the question. Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show. You got to hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat.
And see, Lorenzo, I see your question, but you put hashtag we. You got to put hashtag Dolphins. We definitely need a blindside right tackle. Dr. Dummy gets it.
Faster 40 time.
Oh!
Hey, $5 super chat from D Wolverine 305. D Wolverine 305 with the super chat. Let's see. Why all these different YouTubers still spreading against Lamar to Miami? I know the season's over, but stop. The Dolphins cannot afford him. I'm with you, man. Like, look, we're a rumors channel. We're going to react to rumor reports, but I have said on this channel again, D Wolverine, time and time again, that Tua Tagovailoa should be the guy going into next year. I don't think you have the draft capital to get Jackson. Jackson has missed more time the last 2 years than Tua, which is saying something. So I don't think Lamar will stay in Baltimore, but I also don't think the Dolphins should trade for him.
Yeah.
So there's going to be talk, man. I mean, the Tua haters are still going to be talking.
You know what? We'll go ahead and hit that again in the mailbag. Guys, get your questions in. Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat. Get you right on the mailbag.
Look at Sean Payton in the visor.
So weird seeing him in Broncos stuff.
And it's kind of very weird.
Mm-mm.
Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get on the show.
Caleb
We'll include D Wolverine on that mailbag.
Yeah, Caleb McGarry. That's another good name for the Fins.
Caleb McGarry, yeah.
Former right tackle for the Falcons. I don't know.
He's a free agent, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent. What I do know, Will, it's time for the mailbag.
Time for the mailbag. One more mailbag to go here on the show. Hashtag Dolphins or Super Chat to get your questions in on this mailbag. Dolphins fans, we have another edition of the Dolphins Today mailbag. I am your host, Will Scott, answering your questions during our Dolphins live show. A lot to discuss with the NFL Combine going on right now. And we begin with some free agency conversation from Just the Two, as we appreciate the Super Chats. Edmonds and Gardner Johnson are must-signs this free agency. So Tremaine Edmonds and C.D. Gardner Johnson. Yeah, I really like both of those guys. I haven't really seen C.D. linked to the Fins a whole lot, but Edmonds I have seen linked. It's possible you go out and get Tremaine Edmonds and Jordan Poyer. I mean, they're going to have to figure out the price, restructure Armstead's contract, restructure Tyreek's contract, get rid of Byron Jones. So we'll see what they opt to do. But, yeah, I feel like if they sign one of those two guys, it's probably going to be Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills linebacker. You have 5 linebacker free agents. Linebacker is certainly a pretty big need for Miami in free agency. We appreciate the question from Just the Tuas. Again, those 5 free agents are Landon Roberts, Duke Riley, Andrew Van Ginkel, Sam McGuavin, and Melvin Ingram. D Wolverine 305 saying, why all these different YouTubers still spraying this Lamar to Miami BS? I know the season is over, but stop. The Dolphins cannot afford him. Not only can they probably not afford him right now, D. Wolverine, but they don't have the draft capital to get him. And even if you did, I wouldn't trade for Lamar Jackson. I feel good about Tua Tagovailoa. Just get him healthy, figure out the helmet situation, figure out what he has to do this offseason to better protect himself. But I really like Tua. And when you're talking about Lamar's durability, Lamar has missed more time the last 2 years than Tua has missed, which is certainly saying something. So there's still going to be quarterbacks linked to Miami. It's ridiculous because Tua just led the league in passer rating. Now, if you're a real Dolphins fan, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button below. If you want to get on a future mailbag, we're live every Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. We have R. Less You saying, the tight end from Georgia, Darnell Washington, had a roommate and he was on TikTok, and I told him, what are the odds Washington joins Miami? And he said it wasn't slim. All right, so we got some sources here on Dolphins Today. R. Less You saying Darnell Washington's roommate on TikTok said that Darnell might be coming to Miami. And I actually, in my first mock draft, R. Less You said, mocked, I should say, Darnell to the Dolphins. And we're going to be doing another mock draft after the Combine. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But yes, it is possible that Darnell Washington, who a lot of people are high on, his stock is very much climbing, could be the guy for the Dolphins in the second round. Lorenzo Flores with the $20 super chat. Ties the large super chat we've got today. We appreciate it, Lorenzo. Saying, the Dolphins, I read this morning that Chris Greer said he was not going to address the offensive line in free agency. Do you really believe he is really happy with what the Dolphins have in store? So, Lorenzo, we actually have the exact quote from Chris Greer, producer Jeremy Chuggs. If we could pull that up on screen right now. What Chris Greer said at the Combine this week. The guys on the offensive line have made tremendous strides last year. You guys have heard Mike McDaniel and Frank Smith talk about how happy he is with the development of some of the young players. Obviously, like with Austin Jackson, he just needs to stay healthy so we can get a full evaluation of him. But with Connor Williams, Liam Eichenberg, Rob Hunt, and obviously Teron Armstead, we feel like we have a good core of guys right there to start with. And I understand him saying that about Williams and Hunt and Armstead, but him saying that about Liam Eichenberg, Lorenzo, really shocked me. So I've defended Chris Greer in the show, but the one thing he's gotten wrong is the offensive line, at least drafting offensive linemen. Eichenberg has been a disaster. Austin Jackson has not been good. You have got to take the offensive line seriously, especially with Tua's durability concerns. Go get a right tackle, draft a left guard, and then I'm going to be feeling a lot better about this offensive line. Speaking of feeling better, since I started AG1, I have been feeling much better because I'm taking it every single day. Want to shout them out, today's show sponsor. You get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year in AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning. I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally could not be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. It's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Han Solo saying some talk about bringing back Jacoby Brissett. Thoughts? I don't think it's going to happen. Of course, he was with the Dolphins in 2021, had a decent season in Cleveland this past year. He is a free agent this year. Taking a look at what he did in Cleveland, over 2,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks. Started 5 games for the Dolphins in 2021, played in 11 games, threw for 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. I don't think it's likely he comes back. I don't think there's going to be interest on the Dolphins side, and I don't think there's going to be interest on the Brissett side either to bring him back. However, the Dolphins are in the market for a backup quarterback, and he's expected to be maybe the best on the market this free agency. I prefer Gardner Minshew. I prefer Cooper Rush. I prefer some other guys, though. But do you want to bring back Jacoby Brissett? Type B for bring back or type D for don't down in the comment section. Go down and let me know what you think. Austin is saying, crush the Rodgers rumors. Awful idea. I will happily do this for you, Austin. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a Dolphin. So anybody on Twitter that's saying, Aaron Rodgers is a Dolphin, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a Dolphin. Tua Tagovailoa has earned the right to be the quarterback going in next year, and he can be the franchise quarterback going forward. Why would you trade all these draft picks for Aaron Rodgers? I don't understand it. He's not in his prime anymore. And I like Aaron Rodgers, but still. Love Letters R6 saying, could Miami trade for Darren Waller? That's just my thought. Producer Chuggs, you're a Raiders guy, producer of Raiders Report. What would it take to get Waller? A second-round pick? First?
It would take either a second-round pick,
okay,
or a mixture of a third and another mid-round pick.
I'm not giving up a first-round pick for a tight end.
No, I'm saying
I'm just not.
Did I say first?
I think you said a first or a mixture of other picks.
Oh, no. So it's either a second-round
pick.
pick.
Okay, second-round pick, okay.
Or a mixture of, like, a couple of mid-round picks.
I would give up maybe
like a third and a fourth.
Maybe a third and a fourth for Waller. Yeah, I would do that. I would give up a third and a fourth for Waller. Waller would be awesome. I mean, imagine a world where you sign Josh Jacobs and get Darren Waller in a trade. I mean, those two guys were just in Vegas. Bring them down to Miami. That would be awesome. Busch Gardens fandom saying, what do you think about getting some Bucks free agents like Fournette? Interesting question. Leonard Fournette is a guy that I've thought about. It would depend. I would not bring him in to be RB1, but as RB2, maybe. He's aging, though, so I don't know how I feel about that. I'd probably rather re-sign Mostert and then either draft or sign another running back in free agency. Levante David is who I would want from the Buccaneers, the linebacker, one of the best linebackers available in free agency. Dalton Brand saying, who will be the first free agent Miami signs? I feel like they're going to address the running back position pretty quickly. Chris Greer seems to, always kind of go after the big fish early, and here are some of those guys. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Miles Sanders, and Kareem Hunt. I think Jacobs and Pollard and Sanders are all pretty strong possibilities. Who will be the first free agent that Miami signs? Go down in the comments section. Let me know who's going to be the first free agent that signs with Miami. We appreciate you chiming in down in the comments section. Adam Sanchez saying, who will make the biggest impact this year? I'll give you a name on offense. I'll give you a name on defense. On offense, I think Jalen Waddle is going to have a monster year. I think it's going to be even better than last year. I think Jalen Waddle is going to be insane. I think he'll be a Pro Bowler for the first time in his career. Probably should have been a Pro Bowler this past year. On defense, biggest impact, Jalen Phillips. I'm really excited to see what JP can do with Vic Fangio. I feel like Vic Fangio is going to turn JP into a monster. I really do. So appreciate the question, Adam. Sherry May, we need a strong offensive line wall in front of Tua. That's the key to our success, damn it. I couldn't have said it any better, Sherry May. I have been saying, Chris Greer, if you're watching the show, Chris Greer, I've defended you so many times on the show. You should hire me to focus on the offensive line, right? Admittedly, you could probably admit this, you've missed a few times on the offensive line, Chris. So just bring me in to be the assistant drill manager and the offensive line consultant. And I'm going to tell you to move Connor Williams back to left guard, go and draft or sign a center, sign Mike McGlinchey, draft Mock, and let's ride. I mean, you can do this. You can build a good offensive line. And for some weird reason, they have not done that. So I'm frustrated, Sherry. You got to protect Tua. You just absolutely have to. So, Chris, if you want to call me, you can. Ben, do you think Jordan Battle and Brandon Jones can have a competition if the Dolphins don't get Poyer? That's a good question, Ben. I think Poyer to Miami is inevitable, but if the Dolphins do not get Poyer, then yeah, I could see a scenario of that. But at the same time, though, I feel like with Vic Fangio's defense, you're going to have 3 safeties be heavily involved. So I don't really think it'd be much of competition playing time. I think both of those guys would get involved. If Jordan Bell's kind of the number 3 safety and Brandon Jones is the number 2 safety behind Javon Holland, those guys will still have big roles in this team. But because Jones has a few more years of experience, obviously, than Jordan Battle is going to be a rookie, then Brandon Jones would have the leg up there for a little bit more playing time. The Elite. Thoughts about bringing back Juice? Oh, man, I would love this. I don't know, man. I mean, he's getting up there. He's obviously far removed from his prime. But, bring him in to be the 4th or 5th wide receiver. I mean, he's a Dolphins legend. I miss him very much. I'm an LSU guy, so I was thrilled when the Dolphins took him in the draft, and he had a great career in Miami before going to Cleveland. So, yeah, I would really like to bring back Juice. We'll see what kind of opportunities he has, though, after he didn't play a whole lot this year in New Orleans. John Ruiz, what are some good strategies Vic Fangio needs to fix this defense? All right, I'll tell you what. Just do the exact opposite of what Josh Boyer did on third downs. When it's 3rd and 17, you do not need to be sending the house. And that's what Josh Boyer continued to do. Josh Boyer, that's something you do in a video game. It's not something you do in real life. And Josh Boyer did it frequently. These cover 0 packages were an absolute joke. So Vic Fangio needs to just fix third down defense. and he needs to bring the best out of his defensive playmakers. I think Josh Poyer failed to get the best out of Xavier Howard. I think he failed to get the best out of Bradley Chubb. I think Vic will get the best out of some of those guys, some of your best players on defense. Vic Fangio will do a much better job there, I'm sure. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get on a future mailbag. Again, we're live on Thursdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Appreciate everyone watching the show. Producer Jeremy Chuggs. Who do you think is going to be the first free agent? I think it's going to be a running back.
Ooh. I don't know.
Feel like it's going to be a running
I
back.
guarantee you we'll hear it before the deadline. Or before the start of free agency. I guarantee you 2-3 days before the start of free agency, you'll hear the rumblings, Will, of a couple guys who could sign.
Yeah.
That's tough. I could see a running back, but then again, I don't know.
Chris Greer is a home run hitter, as we know. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Mike is saying Wagner. Philip is saying Sanders.
We'll see next week.
March 15th, right?
Yes, and by next week, we'll know the answer of if Josh Jacobs will be tagged or not.
Ooh, it's going to be very interesting.
Because the tag window, I believe, closes this weekend.
I hope not. I want Josh Jacobs in Miami so bad.
Not this weekend, but early next week, we should have the answer of where or will Josh Jacobs be tagged.
Lorenzo Flores, another super chat. He's been our super chat MVP today, saying it better be Mike McGlinchey. I'm with you, Lorenzo. Mike McGlinchey, write this man a blank check. Get him to Miami. I absolutely think this needs to happen. Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1. Hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1. Let's go, Fins. Let's go, Fins. We appreciate it, Lorenzo. I'm with you.
That fin.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da, shake that fin. Ba-ba-da-ba-da, shake that fin. Ba-ba-da-ba-da, shake that fin. All right, we're about a fourth of the way here to this 40-yard dash. Do you think we can get there, Jeremy Chunks? I think we can get there.
It would need some teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
100%.
All right, we're going to put 2 minutes on the shot clock here.
2 minutes.
2 minutes on the shot clock.
2 minutes.
2 minutes on the shot clock. Let's see.
If we get a super, we'll stay live a little longer. If not, deuces.
2 minutes. If we get super chats, we'll continue to stay live. We'll continue to stay live. Anthony Manzano says, I'm going to stay away from Mike McGlinchey, in my honest opinion. He's not an elite pass blocker. He's a great run blocker. I hear you there, Anthony, but all I know is that he's the best right tackle in free agency, and the Dolphins need a right tackle. So, I'm all for it. I hear you, though. I mean, he's better than what you have right now, a lot better.
Him on one side, Teron Armstead on the other?
My goodness. Robert Hunt and Cody Mock. Let's make it happen.
Oh, yeah?
Mock to Miami.
If
1 minute on the shot clock. If we get some
Dolphins
super chats, we'll stay live.
If the Dolphins draft Cody Mock.
Oh! Lorenzo Flores has reset the shot clock. A $20 super chat. Put Lorenzo Flores on the board. Put Lorenzo Flores on the board. Okay, we need a song for Lorenzo. Oh, Carlos. Are we going to get to 400? We got some momentum now.
Lorenzo
We got some momentum.
With a bang. Carlos with a bang. Let's go.
Lorenzo Flores. The newest member of the Dolphins Hall of Fame board. Let's see. Can you put me full screen for 2 seconds? Congratulations, Lorenzo. There you go. Lorenzo Flores on our Hall of Fame board. And then Carlos Sainz saying love the show. We have a relative named Dustin Signs by chance, plays baseball. I know Dustin Signs.
Oh, wow.
Love the show. We appreciate it. Spin that wheel, Jeremy Chugs. Spin that wheel.
Willie just knows everybody.
I do know a lot of people. Oh, is it your turn for the karaoke here?
My turn for the karaoke?
I think it's your turn. And Lorenzo with another one.
Oh.
So we're going to have another wheel spin coming up here in a second.
We're soaring,
Flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. If we're trying, oh, we're breaking free.
Oh,
We're breaking free. Oh, soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can't reach.
If
We're trying, oh, we're breaking free.
Oh.
Oh, we're breaking free. Oh, you know the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are.
Did I string a chord there?
Oh, yeah, that was really good. Give me more music. Give me more music. Oh, the gritty.
Is it the gritty or literally in the middle?
Wait, is it in the...
It was on the white.
All right, spin it again.
So
Respin.
I say we just do both.
Do both? All right, I gritty, you shot.
You have to gritty until I take the shot.
Okay. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki gritty. Gasicki.
Keep going.
Gasicki gritty. Take the damn shot, Chugs. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God. That's great.
Paul, you should hear me do a Don Tolliver impersonation.
I mean, guys, we're creeping closer to the Willie Finn's 40-yard dash in a Dolphins costume.
In a Dolphins costume.
Can we get there? We're going to restart the clock. 2 minutes on the clock. If we don't get a super chat, we're going to have to head out. If we do, we're going to stay just a little bit longer.
2 minutes on the clock. Dr. Dummy Betta saying, sign OBJ. Whoo! That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it at all, quite frankly.
All right, 2 minutes. Counting down right now.
2 minutes on the clock.
Sherry. The shot will help your eye. Yeah, maybe.
Just pour it in the eye. That's probably not a good idea.
Cinnamon. It has cinnamon in it, right? Cinnamon's supposed to help your eye.
2 minutes on the timer. We get some super chats. We'll stay live. Shout out Lorenzo Flores, Carlos Sainz,
Super chat like Mo.
D. Wolverine, David Breakount, just the two as Mo.
Get on the show.
And Bruno Castro as well.
Super chat like Mo.
Get on the show. Super chat like Mo. Get on the show. Super chat like Mo. Get on the show. Super chat like Mo.
Dr. Dummy wanted to let you know he isn't the one that said OBJ is wide receiver 3. That was John Ruiz.
Oh, John Ruiz said that. Okay.
Dr. Dummy said
John Ruiz is a madman.
Hardman.
What's up, Producer Coop?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Good.
What's going on is we have a minute left on the shot clock.
Oh, let's go. They better get a super chat.
Minute left on the shot clock.
If we don't get a super chat the next minute, deuces.
Finn's post. It's good to see you, man. Saying Will Scott to Miami is the offensive line coach or offensive line consultant.
Oh, I like that. I like that title.
Just look, Chris Greer, you got a lot on your plate. You got a lot of players to scout. Just let me scout the offensive lineman. Oh, Lorenzo! He wants to see the 40-yard dash. Lorenzo Flores wants to see the 40-yard dash in the Dolphins suit.
He is willing to chat. He's willing to chat to keep it going.
Tyler Jones.
That's the party in here.
Tyler Jones.
Oh, it's a party.
Lorenzo Flores, our Super Chat
party,
MVP.
it's a party,
It's a party. Hey. It's a party. It's a party. It's a
Tyler,
party. Yeah.
We love people named Flores in Miami.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you know? Miami
That's the Dolphins, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. And when you say Miami,
What?
you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Hey, hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins number one. Let's go, Lorenzo. He wants to see the 40-yard dash.
He is willing to chat.
We're what, like $60? I mean, halfway there? It's possible.
We're almost halfway
We're
there.
almost halfway there. Whoa! Living on a prayer. Take my
Lorenzo
hand.
Flores.
We'll make it, I swear. Oh! Living on a prayer.
Living
On a prayer. Shot clock is reset.
2 minutes.
Oh, look at Isaiah McGuire go!
Where did our guy Chad go?
I don't know where Chad Jones went. Who? Chad
Chad
Jones.
Jones.
Who? Chad Jones.
Who?
Chad Jones is our Super Chat MVP of all time. Chad Jones is our guy. He was here at Star Show. I'm not sure where he went.
We're halfway there. Ow!
Living on a prayer. Take my hand. What's the shot clock at now?
We are at 1 minute and 30 seconds.
We got 90 seconds left on the shot clock. Can we get to that 40-yard dash?
Can.
We got Mike Morris running the 40-yard dash now out of the University of Michigan.
Oh,
False start. False start. Mike Vrabel is in the building.
Mikey Vrabel. Very nice. And we are 1 minute. 1 minute. If we get a super chat, we'll stay live a little bit longer. If not, deuces.
See
Just
ya.
a reminder, if we get to $400 in total, we're almost halfway there. Will is going to have to run a 40-yard dash in a Dolphins costume.
Tim Burns saying, new subscriber. We appreciate
Hey.
him. All right, we got Mike Morris out of the University of Michigan running the 40-yard dash at the combine right now. Here we go. Trying to break his first time. 5:04. Can he do it? No, it's a 5:11.
Yeah, the get off did not look good. at
No,
all.
the head off did not look good.
20 seconds.
He's not going to be thrilled with that. Best time is a 4:44 run by Nolan Smith. Here's Caleb Murphy out
guy out
of
of,
Fresno State.
Out of Georgia.
30 seconds on the shot clock. Lorenzo, you're our guy, man. We appreciate you. We'll see you again next week. Might have the jersey raffle next week. All right, Caleb Murphy here out of Fresno running the 40-yard dash. And 4.86. 4.86 for Caleb Murphy. Not bad. All right, we appreciate everyone watching. Because we not hit 40, you will not see me running the dash. But that's okay. We appreciate all of you watching the show. If you have not subscribed to the channel already, go down and subscribe. Trying to get to 40,000 subscribers before next week's live show. Again, when we do hit 40,000 subscribers, we're doing a Xavier Howard jersey raffle. Want to shout out producer Chugs. Great job.
I want to shout out Lorenzo Flores.
Oh, Lorenzo Flores, too, was outstanding today. Outstanding. We appreciate Lorenzo, appreciate everyone that super chatted and watched today's show. Will Scott, Jeremy Chugs out. We will see you next week, 4 o'clock Eastern Time next Thursday.